Incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
And welcome now, Game 3 of Day 2 of the 2021 SWAC Baseball Tournament. Battle of undefeateds in the tournament. Jackson State, the number 1 seed, going up against the number 2 seed, Grambling State. And Grambling right now, Cameron Phelps at bat for the G-Men.
Yep, and as we welcome you back here, an exciting game. The number 2 seed in the East is eliminated. Here we are, a big battle here, Jackson State and Grambling. One of the losses that Jackson had this season was to Grambling. It was a home and home. And Cameron Phelps at the plate with Galatas on the mound.
And Galatas 3.3 ERA, 8-2 record overall.
Eight and 2, 78 strikeouts, and Phelps hit by a pitch.
Here's the shortstop, number 6, Cameron Bufford.
And expect to see a little bit more emotion because this is the game in which, for Grambling, they have an asterisk because Jackson State has been promoted as being undefeated in conference play, which they are. But they played a conference team in non-conference play in Grambling, and Grambling won that game.
If there's a team that can go toe for toe, run for run, it is Grambling. And I expect a lot of runs scored in this game, not necessarily because the pitching is not great. I just think both teams are solid at the plate.
Trying to keep Phelps on at first base is Galatas.
And throw over to first, and Grambling. We'll see if James Coop's going to try to make an early statement here. At the top of the first, Jackson, the home team.
And the throw down in time, and they got Phelps out. Great play by Louise for Jackson State.
Now let's take a look at it. Like he had a pretty good jump with Phelps. Swing and a miss, and the throw. Yeah, yep. Great freeze frame right there. I mean, without a doubt, he was out there.
Had the jump, but he did not have the speed. And a K for out number 2, Buford, sits down.
Yeah, didn't like the call third strike from home plate umpire Derek Everett.
And now Jamoy Percival. All-conference performer for Grambling.
Percival playing left field. Of course, Grambling beat Alabama A&M 8-1 to start the tournament. Percival in that game yesterday singled twice, walked, and grounded out twice. 2 for 4 with a walk.
And every pitch will be oohed and awed as we go forward, since these are definitely bitter rivals.
And the energy and the oxygen in this game, you don't have to worry about it. And the thing is, these two teams have played a couple of times this season, so it's not like they don't know each other. And I think that adds to the intrigue of the game. I mean, you know, no stone unturned.
That one fouled off. just finished watching and being a part of an emotional ball game in which Alcorn State defeated Alabama State 3-2. And this one over to Doris, and Brown makes the catch, 1, 2, 3, and with a pickoff play at second base, Jackson State leaves the bases empty, and for Grambling, they'll come out on defense and see what they can do against the #1 team in the SWAC, Jackson State, right after this break on the SWAC Digital Network.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Your mom's been posting a lot since she got that phone at Cricut's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom, you have a cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega. Your mom's been posting a lot since she got that phone at Cricut's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom, you have a cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit.
Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio.
That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company.
Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results.
Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds.
You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Bottom half of the opening inning here, and your pitcher, Antoine Valerio. Freshman for the G-Men. Lead off for Jackson State, Jatavius Melton.
He had 325 during the regular season with a home run and 26 runs batted in. Of course, Jackson State beat Texas Southern 7-4 yesterday, and Jackson State trailed at 1.3-0. Only to rally back. Texas Southern kind of pushed them a couple of times, but every time Texas Southern, and they lost 2 runners on the bases in that game, by the way, every time TSU made a charge, Jackson State would come right back at you, and that's kind of what they've been doing all year, offensively, hitting well over 300, #1 in the nation in stolen bases.
And this one going to center and over to right field. Easy play for Grambling.
Yeah, fly ball to right.
Joseph Gunn on the catch.
Number 6, Chandler Dillard.
Chandler Dillard at the plate in yesterday's game against Texas Southern. He was 1 for 3 with a walk. You can tell a lot of energy in both dugouts. We kind of expected that.
No doubt about it.
Our home plate umpire, Derek Everett, Chandrick Rogers at first, Randall Montgomery at second, and Derek Harris at third. One more game coming up after this one, Southern and Prairie View. The loser of this game gets Texas Southern tomorrow morning at 9. Sorry, the loser will get, tomorrow at 9, and the winner will play at 3 o'clock tomorrow. And they control the bracket. Alcorn awaits the loser of our next game, Southern and Prairie View. Another low-scoring game. And 3-2 in the previous game. We're seeing some low-scoring games here.
And this one goes to right field and foul over on the berm.
Ty Hill on deck. I think it's good that these two teams, East and West, play each other. Only a couple hours apart from Jackson to Grambling, Louisiana. I think it's something that they should do every year, just as an out of division game, just for the rivalry of it, and just two good baseball programs going at it. I just think it just adds to the flavor of the season.
No doubt about it. And that one fouled back and almost hit us.
Is it just a matter of time?
You think it's just a matter of time? I'm not trying to get hit
before
today.
one comes our way. Let's hope not, but there's been one to our left and to our right.
Full count, 3-2.
Chandler Dillard from Madison, Mississippi. Germantown High School up I-55.
And Dillard gets a free pass with a walk.
And I bring up the third baseman, Ty Hill, the 6-foot sophomore from Saltillo, Mississippi, Wallace State Community College transfer.
So where is that?
Saltillo up in the northern part of the state of Mississippi. Jackson State, you probably assume and expect some running here. The question is not if, but when Omar Johnson will send Dillard.
Did not go there.
I think in this game, both teams really like to go fast. I mean, Grambling's a team, we saw what they did yesterday morning. You know, they were slowed down a bit by A&M, but once they got it going. You know, every pitch, you can just feel the excitement. Time called. And for whatever reason, the home plate umpire coming out. You know, clean, dust off the dish. I don't know, why did he come out? To look at in front of the pitching mound, maybe the landing area, I'm thinking.
May have.
You know, if that's important for pitchers, that landing area has to be right.
2-1, runner on first. 1 out. That one ball high. Now working his way out of a hole is Valario.
Count is 3-1. Texas Southern awaits the loser of this game at 9 o'clock in the morning. I got the runner hung up.
Got him hung up. And now the rundown. Everybody's got to work together. And he drops the ball. And safe. And Valario, they are really mindful of the speed of Dillard. And right here, they have the rundown working out perfectly. Valario gets in his position. Good throw. And I think he was just trying to move out the way. He didn't want to get hit in the knee.
I think he would have been safe anyway. I think when they ran him back towards second, that's when he should have got him out. I mean, the space was narrow between the bag and the second baseman.
And this one, a fly ball, Jamoy Percival, the left fielder, right underneath it for out number 2.
Well, against the Jackson State team that can score runs, you can't allow that. I mean, the way the inning just shaped right there, you get the runner out, the inning is over. But you just gave Jackson State another opportunity, and Shinar Brown coming in. Now watch this right here. All right, that he should have ran him. He should have ran him back right there. That's when he should have threw it. It never should have got to this point. The rundown should have been over by now. The longer that rundown takes place, the more it's an advantage for the runner, actually.
Freshman of the year, Shinar Brown in the batter's box for the Tigers. And he's throwing.
Interference. Oh.
No, no.
What's just happened? Okay. Did y'all see how he started cruising? Was there any kind of interference right there?
No, I think they were calling a balk.
Okay.
They called a balk, and let's see exactly what our first base umpire, Shedrick Rogers.
Okay, the umpire said something. Okay, and then he just, number one just missed the ball. Now they're going to talk it over and see if it is a balk.
Well, he did point, and we got to see what the home plate umpire called. The home plate umpire may have called the balk.
I can't tell there. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, well, the second base umpire is looking at home plate.
Right, and he says he points at home plate. So let's see if we can see what the home plate umpire called.
Yeah, that's what we didn't see. All right, here's a good angle. Yeah, well, I think that.
And he's going back to second base. And I think that he called a balk. See, he did not pause completely.
But he didn't make it. He didn't call anything. He ain't doing nothing at home. He called safe.
Okay, so they're moving him back. And hopefully we can get an explanation. So Dillard does advance to second base.
Yeah, but the second base umpire pointed towards home and the home plate umpire just waved it off like it was nothing there. Well, nonetheless, apparently a balk was called. Maybe it was just the wrong call.
Runner on second, 2 outs to Shannar Brown.
Mr. Fagan, the director of umpires, is up here looking at every pitch. Maybe we'll get an explanation there. Because there wasn't a call from home plate. The second base umpire pointed at home like the home plate umpire's call.
The only thing that I can see is when we had Kevin Breaux, the catcher, throwing down the second base, he was given the indication that Shannar Brown has not interfered with the throw.
Yeah.
And that signal may have been misinterpreted.
For a balk, maybe?
For a balk or a stoppage of play. So they give him the base, which is second, but he advanced on the pass ball, which all play stopped because of the signal from the umpire, which was probably misunderstood.
Yeah. It's the wrong call. Well, we'll get an interpretation in between half innings. I think that's exactly what happened. Yeah, because the runner, you see the runner here start easing up.
Take one more look at the replay.
Looked like the pitcher held. The pitcher held at the belt. I mean, it's not like, as a pitcher, that's how balks get called. When you got to come to a complete stop like he did that. All right,
and now we've got him. Now they're saying that the count was off. Wow. And that should have been ball 4. And there's the pitch. And that should be ball 4. Well, the thing is, he was looking at the scoreboard also. And Newsom grounds out. And after a little bit of controversy, I told you this would be like a soap opera, high drama. 2 runners left on. And no runs, no hits, but 2 runners left on as we go to the top of 2. No score right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Top half of the second inning, Keelan Mack, the designated hitter, batting for the G-men.
With every pitch, there's going to be yelling and screaming and fussing. With every pitch in this game, you could tell.
And no doubt about that one, Jontavius Melton comes over to make the catch in left field.
One away.
Jordan Smith up to bat for Grambling State.
Smith stands in for the G-men with the bases empty, one out.
And this one over to Reyes, routine, and gets it over to Shannar Brown for out number 2. And you can hear after every out, Jackson State is really showing that emotion today.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be one of those emotional games, I think. And whoever loses this game is going to be out of gas in terms of emotion.
Inside pitch by Galatas to Joseph Gunn, the young man graduate student from Newcastle, Pennsylvania. And that's another ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Galatas working fast, and he hits a sky, and Gunn hits a sky high ball. And good catch there made by C.J. Newsom. And that sun is being a factor. The shades, eye black, all those things will be needed today. And good communication between all of the players as Newsom calls everyone off. Uses 2 hands to make the catch. We'll come right back and see what Jackson State can do on offense right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Your mom's been hosting a lot since she got that phone at Crickett's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom. You have a cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega!
Back live. Third game of a 4-game day, second day of the 2021 Cricket Wireless SWAC Baseball Championships right here in Madison, Alabama, home of the Rocket City Trash Pandas, AA affiliate of Major League Baseball.
Reyes stands in for Jackson State.
First at bat. That one low for ball 2.
Valerio trying to settle in.
And Reyes hits a shot over the left field for a single. And you can see the hypeness coming from the Jackson State dugout.
Number 24, Equan Smith.
Equan Smith coming up next, but a good hit there by Wesley Reyes. Take one more look.
Yeah, got a pitch right in his wheelhouse.
Showing bunt was Smith, but that one was outside for a ball.
We'll see if Jackson State does some running here.
That one also outside for ball 2.
We talked about it at the top. Jackson State leads the nation in stolen bases.
Called strike. First strike on Smith.
Sure, with the leadoff man on. Looking, trying to sacrifice here. Ooh.
Hit by a pitch is Equan Smith. Now he squared up the bunt, and that one looked like it hit him dead in the chest.
Yeah, right in on him. Oh, yeah. No way he can get out of the way of that.
Under his arm, right in that chest area.
So Jackson State with an opportunity here, James, to grab the lead, a single in the HBP. 2 on.
And now for Valerio, he's got to find a way to get in the strike zone.
Yeah, he's definitely struggled.
And now a conversation is going to be had.
Man, trying to settle the pitcher down a little bit. You know, just hit a batter. That's can be unnerving for a pitcher. And just check on and say, "You okay? You all right? Yeah, I'm fine. Just hey, just you all right? We in it. So, everybody good? Yeah, yeah, we're good. Okay, we're good. We good. We good. We all right." I mean that's I mean that's what the conversation is. I mean you could just tell in that situation. I mean in the last inning, Valerio walked 2, and now in this inning, he's given up a hit and he's hit 1.
2 runners on, no out. 1 ball to Marshall Louise. Showing bunt, but pulls back for ball number 2.
Jackson State, a good opportunity here in the bottom of the 2nd.
Good bunt by Louise. And everybody is safe to load the bases.
Perfectly executed bunt single. That's just not a sacrifice. That's just bunting to get on, and that's what he did. He got on base. Watch him lay it down. Just deadened it. He's probably got halfway decent speed. Yeah, perfect.
Now going on to Chevy Doris, the number 9 hole hitter, but now with bases loaded, he has a chance to get some RBIs. Fouls that one back.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Well, an opportunity here for Jackson State. Doris, the number 9 hitter, he's really kind of gotten comfortable in that number 9 hole. He's been playing that spot most of the year.
That one a little low. Evens the count at 1 apiece.
When you talk about danger for Grambling, bases loaded, nobody out, for one of the best hitting teams in the conference for sure, but in the country.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Jackson State gets on base 42% of the time. That's in the top 5 in the country. So just think about that. 42%. Top 9, you go through 9 in the lineup. 42% of that, that's what? 4 of your 9 guys? I mean, you put that many on, you're going to create some havoc.
Correct.
And that's kind of a scary thought when you think about it. 42% of the batters get on base. And when you get on base and you lead the nation of stolen bases, that puts even more pressure on you. So this is a situation that James Cooper doesn't want to be in. But for Omar Johnson, he's got to be licking his chops right now.
Ball high.
Grambling, of course, as you see in the black uniforms, gold numbers and trim. Jackson State in the white. Chance for JSU to jump out on top.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Valario.
Well, through the first 9 of the lineup, Valario has struck out 2. He's given up a walk. His 2 walks. He's hit 1. They're loaded with 1 out.
Pitch to Melton. Inside for ball 1. Still bases loaded.
Valario working slowly here. Grambling just trying to get out of this inning, and Jackson State had bases loaded, nobody out. Now bases loaded, 1 out. Top of the lineup here for Jackson State.
Called strike for makes the count 1-1. And a call strike on the outside.
The last 2 pitches, Melton didn't like the call. And now he's got to protect the plate.
All right, he's letting you know he's calling that outside corner pitch. So now you've got to look at it and be prepared for that outside corner with 2 strikes against you. And he hits it through. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score, and no, great play by Cameron Phelps to throw out the second run. Equan Smith unable to score from second base, and an out for Grambling.
They're going to look at it. Well, first of all, they're going to huddle up to see if, first of all, it was the umpire, or was the catcher in the base paths. He's there.
He's got the ball. That's an out.
Yeah. They may not even look at this. Got it on replay just in case. Oh, they are going to take a look at it. All right, and base pass.
He's got the ball.
He's got the ball. Ooh, that left hand. I like to see that. I mean, it's kind of hard to, that left hand. That left hand sneak in there. So, okay, so the ruling on the field that he was out at home. So there has to be some indisputable evidence to overturn that. Well, first of all, was the catcher in the base pass? No. And we'll see what we got here. One run scored.
Mm-hmm.
And a cloud of dust.
That's an out. That's an out.
Not a lot there. Not a lot there, I don't think. Again, the process for the review, the umpires will huddle up first to determine if there needs to be a review. And if they determine yes, then they'll take a look at it. It's hard to, well, maybe that left hand. I like to look at that left hand to see. That was a strong heck of a throw from center. That's the first thing. All right. Again, what you're seeing is what it's the replay officials are seeing to our left in real time. He might have just got in there.
No, I think he was tagged.
They're taking a good look at it. I mean, for every angle, man, look at that. That's just good work. Just, giving you as many angles as possible, slowing it down. On the shoulder with that cloud of dirt right there. Does that tell you anything? Again, it's what the officials are saying in the replay booth to our left is what you're saying at home. The back and forth, the rewind, you're seeing all that in real time. It may be hard to overturn this. It's not enough there, I don't think, to overturn it. You just can't really just definitively tell. The tag on the shoulder, where's his hand? And a cloud of dirt, dust, you can't really tell. I think call stands as called. That's my guess. I don't see enough there to overturn it. But they're taking a good long look at it. I mean, a game like this runs are at a premium, so I mean, this is an important call early in the game. All right, here they go. They're going to point, and he is out. Yep. Just probably not enough there to overturn that call.
So one run does score. Reyes scores from third. Equan Smith out as he attempted to score from second base. Trainer right now checking with Kevin Breaux, the catcher for Grambling State, just trying to make sure he's okay.
The pitcher just throwing it to him, playing a little game of catch. Seeing if he's okay. Probably another. All right, so everything's okay there.
And now we move on to Chandler Dillard. Two outs, one run scored.
Well, Jackson State. With a 1-0 lead on 3 hits. Dillard walked his last time up.
And swing and a miss.
Well, Mr. Fagan of replay basically saying there just wasn't enough there to overturn that call. You kind of felt that. Again, you got to, when these replays are assessed, the umpiring, the crew will get together to determine if it's needed. And if it's needed, then you can start looking at the different angles, and you got to look at the call that's initially on the field. That's where you start with. Out, safe, whatever. The call on the field, if it's out, you got to have evidence to overturn it, indisputable. And if it's not, you just stick with the call that you got. And just what we were told, just wasn't anything there to overturn it. Pretty good work. Our first year having replay, by the way, for the baseball tournament, so we've seen a bunch of calls already.
Buford, nice handoff over to Kleins, but not before Jackson State was able to push one run across the plate in Wesley Reyes. As we go to the top half of the third inning, 1-0 is your score in favor of the Jackson State Tigers on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
Top half of the third inning, Tigers of Grambling State find themselves down 1 run.
Tiger versus Tiger, James Verrett.
Can't go wrong with the mascot today.
No, you cannot. And already we've seen high intensity, high drama.
And good stop there by Shanar Brown. He hands it over and bobbled his Galatas. And that's not what you want to see if you're a Jackson State fan. And Brown just pats him on the butt and says, wipe it off, knock it off. We can make it work.
E3, it's just routine. You do it 1,000 times. Good play, good throw. Just couldn't do it. Just couldn't handle it. You got to make that play.
So Jeremy Almaguar on first base.
E1 there. And Kevin Bro at the plate.
With nobody out, runner on first.
Sacrifice.
That would be ideal.
Yep.
And that one goes high and foul.
Well, yesterday we saw some pretty good bunts all day long yesterday. Sacrifice, I mean, smart baseball execution was good. Today, a little more heat, tires, whatever the case. You're seeing, the effects of day 2 in a baseball competition.
Showing bunt, but pulls back.
Of course, again, we've had 2 teams eliminated. Alabama A&M and Alabama State eliminated. A 4 seed in the East, a 2 seed in the East.
Ball on the outside.
Texas Southern stays alive. Alcorn stays alive. And by the way, for that Alcorn win over Bama State, it broke a string of over 40 straight losses by Alcorn to Bama State.
Good bunt there, and Hill gets the force play at first.
Sack is there. It's getting interesting here as we get through day 2 of the tournament.
Christian Marvelous.
We've seen Marvelous be marvelous at times.
Yes. Like a Marvel superhero.
Grambling an opportunity to tie the game.
That one high and inside. Seems as though Galatas likes to go inside and press the issue to the right-handed batter.
Marvelous, the sophomore from Brooklyn, New York.
Most likely rooting for those Nets.
How about the Knicks? Everybody's talking about the Nets. How about the New York Knicks?
Well, they got a coach that is passionate.
They finally got it right. The Knickerbockers finally got it right.
Well, we'll see.
Well, they made it to the postseason.
There you go.
That's a start.
They've satisfied some of the fans. And call strike.
What about that shot by LeBron last night?
You know what? I didn't even see it. I was in La La Land.
Yeah. Steph Curry, LeBron, the Lakers. The Lakers is definitely in for sure.
And that one is a fair ball. Good hit there by Marvelous. And as I said before, Marvelous is marvelous as Almaguer scores from second base, and Marvelous is in the second with a double. Christian Marvelous with the big play.
Good job there by Marvelous. It all started with the sacrifice by Bro. A double. Scores Almaguer, and we're tied up at 1. Top of the lineup for Grambling. Phelps hit by a pitch, caught stealing. 1-1 game in the third, kind of what we expected.
That one fouled out of the stadium. That one low.
It was 1-1.
And for Phelps, he was hit by a pitch last time up. And that one is low. Ahead of the count is Cameron Phelps at 2-1.
Buford on deck. And a chance for Grambling to grab the lead.
And that one low again. Galatas, after that missed opportunity at first base, seems as though he's out of sorts a little bit.
Yeah, the count is 3-1.
And it looks like he almost hit Marvelous.
Well, Galatas trying to keep Marvelous close at second. Count is 3-1, 1 out. 1-1 game.
And another walk. And now Phelps gets over to first base, and now you got runners at first and second with 1 out. And now Bufford to bat for Grambling State. Swing and a miss.
He was trying to hit that one back to Huntsville.
And with
pretty good swing.
That wind is strong and blowing in, so a fly ball may not be your best friend right now if you're Grambling State.
I'm surprised. Excuse me. I'm surprised it's been as windy as it's been.
And looks like that was a strike. Swing and a miss.
And blew it by him on the first 2 occasions. Grambling with an opportunity here to grab the lead.
And that one on the outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count on Cameron Bufford.
We saw this yesterday when Texas Southern jumped out on top of Jackson State 3-0. Jackson State grabbed the lead, but it was short-lived.
Now one skips across the plate. Evens the count at 2-2 with runners on first and second, all tied up at 1 apiece in the top half of the third.
What about the number 4 seeds, James? Living to see another day. The
All
4
the
seed
4
Texas.
seeds,
Just
yes.
like last week, wasn't it?
Yes, just like softball.
How do you figure that?
Swing and a miss and a K. Galatas gets his first strikeout of the day. Check that third strikeout of the day.
Yeah, Percival stands in, just blew it by him. Heat on heat. Boom.
And here comes Jamoy Percival.
He grounded to short to second his last time up.
That one fouled back.
And that's what the SWAC postseason is all about. When you get to the softball tournament, or the baseball tournament, or the volleyball tournament, we've seen all that. You can't just assume that the top dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is what postseason is so uncertain.
Right. And particularly this year because of COVID, your top teams may just be the top teams because everybody else wasn't able to play all of their games.
You look at Mike Robb and what they did early this morning. I mean, again, that TSU team, when Mike Robb moving those pieces around.
And a good shot to left field. Melton right underneath it. And Grambling will leave 2 on base with the catch by Melton, but not before they were able to get 1 run, and we're all tied up now at 1 apiece as we go down to the bottom of the third right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served 1 tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in. There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Ty Hill, as we start the bottom of the third inning for Jackson State. He flew out his last time up. Antoine Valario still pitching for the G-Men. That one inside for ball 2. 1 run in the bottom of the second, 1 run in the top of the third, and that's where we find ourselves all tied up at 1. During the regular season, it was Grambling State who defeated Jackson State 9-7, but that was in a non-conference game. What does that mean? They played each other, but it did not count toward the conference standings. And since they have divisional play, Jackson State went undefeated 24-0 in divisional play. And looks like it hit by a pitch. And Ty Hill will get to first base.
First baseman, number 20, Chandler Brown.
And we'll take one more look at it. Yes, it did hit him. And he will get a free base. And Chandler Brown, fabulous freshman of the year in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And this one is foul and hits in the VIP section.
I'll tell you, we said this before. This is a beautiful stadium here. You know, I talked with the associate commissioner of the conference, Dr. Jason Cable. This stadium just opened literally weeks ago. Brand new development, like they just turned over a bunch of dirt and just set this stadium and these homes here, and here we are. They just cleared out dirt and land and just built this stuff here. I mean,
Build it and they will come.
And yeah, and they are coming. They will come, I can promise you that.
And swing and a miss.
It's a pretty good area up here, though. I mean, seriously, it's make this trip 2 or 3 times a year. And Huntsville's a real nice area. Not too far from Nashville, not too far from Birmingham. I actually made the drive from Memphis here one time. It's about 3 hours, not that bad, actually.
Correct.
Took the back way through Corinth, Mississippi, Highway 72. I didn't do the Nashville to 65 thing. I did the back way, and it's really nice, nice territory coming here. As we talked about yesterday, Huntsville, the fastest growing city in the state of Alabama.
No doubt.
You would just assume Montgomery, Birmingham, Mobile. Take a trip down the Gulf Shores every year. You expect, those places right off the bat to jump off the page as some areas that you would think, fast growing. But up here, it's, maybe NASA, the space industry, military, yeah. Good that the SWAC is here, and we'll see if if the baseball tournament stays here in the future.
2-2 and a line shot past the shortstop Bufford, and going for extra bases is Brown, and now we've got runners at second and third. Hill makes it to third, Brown to second with a double.
Here comes Jackson State, just like yesterday. Every time Texas Southern said something, Jackson State responded. Jackson State responded. Grambling responded. Now Jackson State comes right back at you. Second and third.
Nobody out.
This is exactly what we expected, James Verrett, from these two teams. It's going to be back and forth. This game could come down to the final pitch.
And called strike on C.J. Newsom.
Coach Coop has so much respect for Omar Johnson. And Omar Johnson's been around this thing a long time. Son of Bob Brady won 12 championships at Jackson State.
And almost a stop by the first baseman, but unable to do so. One run will score. Chandler Brown will score from second. And waving to the fans is C.J. Newsom with a 2-run RBI single.
Yeah, Jackson State, they just don't waste many at-bats. They just keep putting pressure on you, James Verrett.
And the pressure is huge.
They're in for the play at the plate. Yeah, just hard hit. Just hit it at somebody.
Jordan Smith could not handle it for Grambling.
They call that a hot shot. Hot shot down at first. Just couldn't handle it. Jackson State, a 3-1 lead.
Bunt by Reyes, and he touched it, which means it's a live ball. Smart move by Jordan Smith to come forward and secure the baseball, but Reyes gets on with an infield single.
Why did he pick up that baseball, ladies and gentlemen? You let it go. It's going to dribble foul. All right, good bunt. tickles the line, almost hit him.
Yeah, it looks like it was headed to foul territory, and he picked it up, and looked like he was going to try to throw it to the first baseman, but he could not secure the ball in his hand.
Yeah, James Cooper to the mound. I think that's one. You got to talk to his pitcher on like, hey, you got to let that one go, but probably other things as well. Well placed bunt,
and going to give his bullpen some time to get cranked up.
Well, we can assume it was going to go foul, but, I mean, even if it kicked fair, still, this is the second meeting, too. James Cooper's like, okay, what happened right there?
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at his other infielders, but this meeting is mainly talking to his pitcher. Just trying to settle him down.
And Cooper right now just trying to talk to his defense and let them know exactly what's going on. And our head umpire, our home plate umpire, Derek Everett, right there to tell him, hey, it's time.
It's hard to tell. I think it probably would have. But it just had enough sideways roll where it might have just rolled right down the line. But nonetheless, I mean, if it stays fair, I mean, you stay on it, you pick it up. He's not going anywhere other than first. But take a chance, let it go foul. Jackson State continuing to put pressure. 3-1 Jackson State. 2 in this third inning. Nobody out in the inning. That's the thing about it. I think Grambling will probably take 2 for 1 here. 2 out.
Nice bunt. Slip. Throw. Not in time, and it was an overthrow. 1 run will score, and they're going to wave them home. 2 runs will score. And over to third base is Equan Smith off of the error.
Got to hold on to that ball.
Newsom and Reyes both score, and Equan Smith over to third base.
I mean, you weren't going to get a lot on that throw. You fall. You double clutched.
Jeremy Almaguer.
Yeah. You just got to hold it. You got to eat that one.
Bad throw, and that cost them. And now 6-1 is your score with 5 runs scored in this inning.
Yeah, that cost him. Cost him 2 runs at least. That's one you just got to eat at third. I mean, it's a good play. Hold it. Live to see another out. But there's nobody out in the inning, and that's what makes this tough. And Jackson State threatening to open this one up a little bit.
And it's already opened up right now. Check that. It's 5-1. 4 runs have already been scored. And a good bunt there by Louise. Gets an out, and making it home is Smith. And I must have been a prophet because I called that one, so now it is 6.
Well, when you have speed, I mean, that's all that is. If you don't have speed, this doesn't work. Okay, good bunt, first of all. Good field, plant, good throw. It was low, but still a good throw. That's just speed. I mean, if that'd been me trying to get home, I would have been out by 7 or 8 steps. But that's not me. And Jackson State
so we can get you to make a run to first base?
No. And I actually played baseball as a kid. I was at a blue jeans and T-shirt league.
Ah.
We had to wear a white T-shirt and blue jeans, yeah. I was a center fielder.
Oh, so that means you could go get it. Foul ball?
No, I didn't say that.
Ah.
I just played baseball. How about let's just leave it right there.
Blue jeans and T-shirt.
Yeah, that was the attire.
Mm.
Yep. Blue jeans and T-shirt league. I think my average was destroyed in the archives.
Oh, they had a great destruction of the archive.
Yeah, it was like the movie Life, when those two guys were in that fire, they just disappeared. The records disappeared.
So Doris out for out number 2 with a K, and now it is Jatavius Melton.
Yep. Well, Jackson State 5 in this inning.
And check swing foul.
And that's what they can do, Teach. I mean,
just scoring bunches.
I mean, you got to be on it. I mean, you got to make the plays because Omar Johnson is going to continue to put pressure on you. What Mike Robb did in their game with Texas Southern, Mike Robb tried to turn the tables and put pressure on JSU's interior defense, which it did work.
Mm-hmm.
But you lose 2 runners on the bases. You just can't. You can't take runs off the board for yourself.
That one low and outside.
And every time Texas Southern did something, Jackson State just did a little bit better. Case here. 1-1 game and boom, Jackson State. You know, the error opened the door a little bit.
That one high. Evens the count at 2 apiece, 2 outs. A 6-run, check that 5-run third inning to make the score 6-1.
It's the 8th man to bat in the inning.
And that will fill the count at 3-2.
Melton, RBI single, fly to right.
And a walk for Melton. And for the G-men, it seems like this nightmarish inning just won't end.
Yeah, bullpen busy for Grambling.
Right fielder number 6, Chandler Dillard.
Chandler Dillard walked, grounded out.
Looking to see if Melton's going to run. And he does. Throw. Not in time. Safe at second is Jatavius Melton.
I don't even know if they tried to hold him that time. Hold him at first. I can look at it and see if he even went to the belt that time to try to hold the runner. But Jackson State, you know, they got a 5-run lead. It doesn't matter. They're going to continue to do what they do.
No 1 pitch.
He might try to steal third. I mean, that's just, you wouldn't think so in the situation with 2 out, but you know, Omar Johnson's got it rolling right now. Why not? Grambling got to get it together here. But we know we expected a wild game between these 2 teams, and that's what we have.
And ball on the outside called strike.
Coming up next on the SWAC Digital Network, we have Southern and Prairie View coming up.
Battle of the SWAC West.
The loser will play Alcorn, who eliminated Bama State. That game at noon. Texas Southern awaits the loser of this game.
And that one will go out of play for a foul ball.
We talked with Associate Commissioner Dr. Jason Cable in the previous game. You know, the baseball tournament and the softball tournament we did last week, 2 different formats. Softball tournament's true double elimination.
Mm-hmm.
And for baseball tournament, the winner of the brackets, regardless of whether they have a loss or not, 1 game to determine it all.
Algamar. And he's able to get the 3rd out. Not before Jackson State was ready to bat around through their lineup. 5 runs scored in the bottom of the 3rd with 1 runner left on. As we go to the top half of the 4th inning, Jackson 6, Grambling 1, right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Sweet home Alabama. Sweet home Alabama, the home of the 2021 SWAC baseball tournament. Centoria Black, James Verrett, Charles Edmond here. Jackson State has batted around a 5-run third. And they lead 6-1. England Mack, the DH at the plate. Curve outside from Galatas. The count is 2-1. Grambling's got to respond here. Jackson State's got it going offensively. A check swing, and Galatas deuced that and did not go around. Count is 3-1, and this pitch fouled back. Well, Jackson State beat Texas Southern 7-4 yesterday. Jackson State already has 6 runs in this game. Grambling beat A&M 8-1, and his pitch swing and a miss on a high heater. Down goes Mack, 1 away. It's 2 strikeouts for Galatas in the last 3 at-bats. As you see the replay, just blew it by him. 1 away. Fastball up and in to Jordan Smith. Galatas working quickly. Strike call. We've seen that. You know, pitchers can work quickly. It's up to the batters whether or not they want to take time. And, yep, that's exactly what I was just talking about. Jordan Smith is ready to call for time. And, again, just because you call for time don't assume the home plate umpire is going to give you that time. He's got to call it for you. If not, it's going to be a strike.
I called time, and they didn't stop for me.
No, they don't. There's a fly ball deep right center field. Ball's well hit, and it is caught in right.
Good catch
by
there
Dillard.
by Chandler Dillard.
That ball was well hit against the wind. He hit it. If the wind's blowing that way, it would have been out of the park. Well, 2 out, bases empty. Now this, some stuff that I've talked about, just the little nuances of baseball. Jackson just batted around and got 5 runs. And quickly, probably within 12 pitches, there's 2 out in the inning for Gunn.
Can Gunn start a 2-out rally? We'll see.
You want to at least, if anything, if it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning, fine. But let your pitcher get a little bit of a blow. Let your staff get a little bit of a blow.
And this one, a shot to right field going deep and right off the wall. And scrambling is Joseph Gunn to get to second base. He's going to try to go to third. Long throw, not in time, and he's right in with a triple. Great job by Joseph Gunn with a big play for Grambling State.
Yeah, off the base of the wall. There's good speed. Third base coach said, come on, man. Come on. Get to third. This ball hit midway off the wall. Sometimes you can overplay that carom off the wall. You commit yourself too deep against the wall, the ball caroms off the wall, then you got to go hustle and get it. Play right there in front of him. Good hustle by Gunn. Now he picks up his coach right there. He said, come on, get down. He did. Thankfully, that play was backed up, or else he would have circled the bases.
Called strike now on Jeremy Almaguer.
Or reached on an error.
And that one batted down by Luis, playing strong defense behind the plate.
Well, you got to, if you're Grambling, you got to stay in contact with this Jackson State team, all right? Yeah, you got a 2-out triple. That's good. What you want to do now is complete the process and get the run in.
Called strike for strike number 2.
Or didn't exactly agree with that call, but he's got to protect the plate now.
Swing and a miss, gets past Luis. He throws, and they do get the out on the throw. And a triple with Gunn. He is left out hanging at third base, and our score still remains 6-1 in favor of the Tigers of Jackson State. We'll be back with more baseball right after this break.
Your mom's been hosting a lot since she got that phone at Cricut's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom, you're the cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega! Your mom's been hosting a lot since she got that phone at Cricut's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom, you're the cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega!
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Jackson State trying to see if they can have 3 consecutive innings in which they scored 1 in the second, 5 in the third, and now we're here in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, Grambling had a chance there, and this may be one of the biggest innings or 2 for Grambling so far in this tournament.
Almaguer gets it over to Jordan Smith for out number 1.
What Grambling is looking for is a 1-2-3 inning. And always settles a team down when you get a 1-2-3 inning.
Have a new pitcher for Grambling, Austin Rotermel.
Rotermel, 6'4", 200, grad student from Murphy, Texas, Wiley College transfer.
One of the original members of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Wiley College.
I got a chance to visit Wiley College one time I was on my way to Dallas, and I just saw
Whoa,
the sign.
whoa. You were on your way to Dallas. Wiley College is not off for 20.
Yeah, I was on my way to Dallas, and yeah.
Okay, you were leaving from Houston. Okay,
Correct.
I'm just trying to figure it out there. I'm trying to figure out where you were going.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on, yeah.
Okay, now you see our producer and director, James Crenshaw, trying to help you out there.
Yeah.
I'm being the inquisitor, trying to investigate where you actually were. Cameron Phelps is going to get under it and make the catch with what? 2 hands.
2 hands, yeah. Quickly 2 away. Yeah, Wiley College, they have a lot of good things there.
Center fielder number 12, CJ Usaa.
Speaking of the SWAC conference, officially July 1, we'll have 2 new members of the SWAC, Bethune-Cookman and Florida A&M.
We go orange and brown, or gold and burgundy, but we do definitely go orange.
Definitely do go orange.
I
correct.
used to wear orange as a neutral color when I went to conference events.
Really?
And no longer, that's why I'm wearing it so much.
Oh.
Because starting July 1, it won't be the case. People think I'm a rattler or something.
Oh. Yeah. It's good to be neutral.
Bufford gets it over, and 1, 2, 3 down go the Jackson State Tigers. In the bottom of the 4th, we go to the top of the 5th. We'll see if Grambling State can take a piece out of this 5-run lead that Jackson State has right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Six 1 is your score as we go to the top half of the 5th inning. First pitch from Galatas in this inning, low for a ball. And this one by Kevin Bro, high, but Newsom right there for the easy, out number 1. And for our fans at home, we want to correct Wiley College is in Marshall, Texas, right off of I-20. It's Texas College that is a little bit into the weeds of the great state of Texas.
Yep.
So I apologize to my dear friend, Charles Edmonds.
Yep.
It is certified on the SWAC Digital Network. You weren't gallivanting across the state.
I know I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Like, what are you talking about, man? Wiley College is Marshall right off of I-20.
I had to make
right outside of Shreveport.
I was thinking of Texas College.
Okay.
Also one of the original members of the
I get that. But Texas College is not in Marshall.
True. But you didn't say you got off in Marshall. You say you saw the Wiley College sign. My fault.
Nice campus, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of nice, Marvelous with a walk.
And Marvelous will make it. Marvelous is marvelous.
Phelps on base twice. I mean, this game's still within reach, the way Grambling can score some runs and the way Grambling just scratches and claws and fights.
Sun starting to go down here in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains in Madison, Alabama, right outside of Huntsville. 5-run deficit for the black and gold. Throwing over to first to try to get Mervelous, and he is in safe. Galatas right now, 2 hits, 1 run. He struck out 4. Swing and a miss by Phelps.
I hadn't seen Grambling in a while, but James Cooper, you know, usually in the third base coaching box, he's in the dugout.
Maybe allowing his assistants to do a little bit more work.
Yeah, well, you know, I talked with Cooper about that the other day, and just, you know, he does allow his assistants to do a lot of things.
Now one fouled off.
And that's really neat. I mean, as a head coach, you got enough on your plate as it is. You know, why not? I mean, you want to share the love and wealth and your knowledge with others. And he just says he wants to just give back to the game in whatever way he can.
And foul ball. Shannar Brown trying to go over there to make a play, but it did go foul before it passed him.
And we talked about it yesterday. I mean, I mentioned, well, what about your coaching tree, a Cooper coaching tree? And he even mentioned it. It's like, yeah, you know, you got some of my young coaches have done some good things. Quite a few have gone on to other schools, and he's proud of that. He just wants to give back to the game, give back to these youngsters because someone gave up to him as well. And that's what this is all about, really. It's not about him. It's about the players and just giving back.
1-2 pitch coming from Galatas. Fly ball deep. Melton over to get the out. Out number 2.
We saw Roger Cador here yesterday. I don't know if he's here today.
He's here today.
He's here today as well. I mean, you talk about a coaching tree.
Yes.
I mean,
coaching and baseball administration tree.
Yes.
Scouting.
Yeah.
Athletic directors, you name it. They've all come from his tutelage, even broadcasters.
Yeah. I mean, Cador has a show that he still does, even though he's out of coaching. He's showing on social media, just talking about different things and just transitioning out of, even though he's close to the game. You know, he took a picture with a couple of his former coaches.
And first pitch called strike on Bufford.
And that's what this is about. I mean, just showing love for people and letting them experience something special.
But also spreading the wealth within the conference. You need competitive teams. And when you have a championship program like Southern University, that's the best way to find the seeds of championship, by finding a coach that has been through that program and understand it.
I mean, that under Cato, they won 26 championships?
It's a lot.
I mean, that's amazing. 26. You look at Brad, he's won a dozen. Omar Johnson, followed him. He's won one. He won back-to-back, as a matter of fact. We talked about that as well.
Swing and a miss. Galatas with a great breaking ball, and his teammates are fired up. His fans are fired up as we take another look at the pitch. Oh, it just, the bottom just falls out.
Yeah. Good pitch.
And as we go to the break, one last look. Go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. 6-1 is your score. And Grambling still looking for a way to get some offense right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results.
Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds.
You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Bottom half of the 5th inning. Reyes up to bat for Jackson State. Good day for him, 2 for 2. And he scored 2 runs. That one high and inside.
Right now, the difference is that 5-run 3rd inning.
That one high.
Jackson State 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Grambling 1-2-1.
And a walk for Reyes. And now here comes Equan Smith. And Equan is 1 for 1 so far today.
He was hit by a pitch. Single. Bottom of the lineup for Jackson State.
And called strike. He shows bunt and pulls back.
See how Jackson State plays this here.
That one a fly ball and foul. That's not what you want to do when you bunt the ball if you're Equan Smith.
Well, your goal is to what? Lay it down?
Lay it down, just like the song. Lay it down.
But instead, we've seen this today. Instead of laying it down, you do what? Pop it up.
Pop it up.
It's not what you want to do.
I think that was a song too. Pop, pop, pop it up. I don't know.
I think it is.
It may be.
Yeah. James Verrett is a connoisseur of music.
Some types of music.
Some types of music.
I heard a song when I was in Virginia. And called strike 3. Great one, delayed call, but Rochamel gets his first strikeout on Equan Smith. Let's take another look at it.
I think he was fooled.
Oh, yes, great. It broke just in time. And Rochamel throws his fist up. Yes. Take another look at it where it crosses him. Oh, yes. When it's right there at your belt, you got to swing.
And for Grambling, I think you know at this point, it's bottom of the 5th inning, midway through this game, you cannot afford to give up any more runs the way Jackson State's been going. And yeah, you got a run, but you left runners on base as well. Score's got to be kept kind of right where it is.
Did not go. 2 balls, no strikes. Luis 1 for 1 on the day. And just trying to see if Reyes was going to go. He gave an inclination that he may go and then goes back to first.
Short lead here.
Called strike for strike 2. He was accounted 2 apiece.
That's a good curveball. Oh, well, he just dropped off the table. Good pitch.
Right, especially against the left-handed batter. And it's going to get through for a base hit. Good set of hitting there by Luis. Making it to third is Reyes. So now you've got runners at second and third with the advancement on the pass ball by Luis.
He just found a hole right here.
And he found that hole.
Oh, what a throw right there from right. Thankfully, the play was backed up, or else Jackson would have had a run. Winner of this game controls the bracket. It'll be a win away from a trip to the finals.
Easy bunt, trying to get the force.
Squeeze
and they do in time, but the run scores. Reyes makes it in from third base, and Doris does his job for the sac bunt.
Perfectly executed. No play can be made at home. You got the sure out at first, but you give up a run. Good lead, good speed, good result.
That one goes to right field, right over the head of Joseph Gunn, and now 1 run will score, and Melton is going to make it all the way to third base, and they're going to hold him right there at third base, and it seems as though Gunn may have went to sleep on that one. The sun is coming down right there in his face, but he wasn't in a good position either way it went. He said, oops, yikes, I should have been getting back.
I don't know what he was looking at right there.
Number 6, Chandler Dillard.
I have no idea what he was looking at. He went in and then whoops. All right, he's there. I think he misjudged it from the start. From the very beginning, I don't think he really knew where it was. He thought he did, but he didn't.
Outfielders have to have a disposition of being vigilant, always on alert, because you don't get that many chances. And your mistake will cost runs. Swing and a miss by Dillard.
Old Jackson has an 8-1 lead on 9 hits.
That one high.
And Grambling's in trouble. You know, Grambling's had some chances too. You know, they've left 4-2 in the second inning, so they've had opportunities. But when you don't cash in against a team like JSU that just constantly puts pressure on you, it makes it tough.
That one low. And if you are Grambling at this point, at what point for Cooper does he say, okay, we concede, let's save our pitching for the next game?
You don't ever truly concede, but I think, you know, you got a runner at third. You got 2 out.
And an attempted stop by Almaguer, not in time, and the runner from third, Melton, scores. And now it is 9-1 in favor of Jackson State.
At this point, I think you're I think you're at that point, just about. I mean, because you're down 8 runs. Nobody's warming up in the bullpen. Remember, Grambling had a pitcher that went down in the A&M game.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know how many arms Cooper has out there. I mean, you talk about quality and quantity. I mean, so at this point, you just have to kind of feel it out. There's 2 out in the inning, so you just hope to get out of this inning.
Kleins and Phelps. Oh, Kleins just let him go off his glove, and now we're seeing a version of the Bad News Bears here for Grambling State as another run scores and a complete defensive collapse for the black and gold.
And James Cooper kneeling in that dugout like, what in the heck is going on here? We can't field a fly ball. We can't do anything right. I mean,
normally sure-handed, Caleb Kleins is right there, and he's drifting, calls off Phelps what it looks like, and he puts his hand up, and then touches and goes away.
Where are the sunglasses?
I think those are in the cool section of the Grambling dugout, and he didn't bring those out.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to be critical, but you need sunglasses. The sun field still. No sunglasses on right here. I mean.
Oh, they're on the top of his hat.
Well, he didn't.
And another base hit, Chandler Brown, and they're going to send him. And another run scores for Jackson State, and the route is on for the Tigers from the capital city of Mississippi.
James Cooper pounding the clipboard. I mean, he is in disbelief. And now, James, you're at a point in which you got to leave your guy in. There's 2 out in the inning. You don't want to blow another arm. I mean, right now, Jackson State's just turning it on. And for Grambling, 3 errors. You just can't allow a team like Jackson 3 errors.
And another hit. The hit parade continues for Jackson State, and Chandler Brown is going to try to make it over to third, and does. The big man over to third. Now we've got runners at the corner with 2 outs.
And now there's someone going out into the Grambling bullpen.
Shortstop number 2, Wesley Reyes.
It appears no one in the Grambling bullpen is warming up. And James Cooper takes his hat off, and he can't believe what he's seeing here. As he go out, he's just maybe trying to let his pitcher figure it out. Catcher going out to talk to him. This is where your leadership comes in. Your catcher.
Look at that big guy. He's going to slide on in. He says, wow, I can get extra bases. Big guys can do it too.
It's pretty powerful, I can tell you that. Jackson State, 11 runs on 12 hits.
The hit parade continues, and Reyes, second time at bat in this inning.
Yeah, Jackson's batted around. Again, this is kind of, well, a little earlier than what we saw yesterday, in which was 1-1. And next thing you look up, if you're A&M, it's 8-1, and that's it.
They are who we thought they were. And hits that one foul.
Right on top of us.
Right on the roof.
You know, going into the tournament, you just wonder, I mean, Jackson State 24-0 in the division. They won 7 straight coming in. You just wonder, okay, if a team puts some pressure on them, how do they respond? Well, we've seen how they respond. They respond. You know what I mean? Stolen base here.
Now we got Newsom on second, Brown on third. 2 outs, 11-1. And that one is fouled back.
Of course, if Jackson wins this game, they control the bracket, and it'll be Grambling and Texas Southern tomorrow at noon.
2-2 pitch. Backhand, and goes through Bufford's glove, and 2 runs will score. And Reyes says, I'm about to go over to third on the pass ball, and he makes it to third. And the total offensive explosion continues for Jackson State.
I mean, it's got to get down on it, okay? There. Nope. Didn't get down. I don't know, he might have beat it out anyway. And Grambling can't feel the ball, can't hit the cutoff man. That's what's hurting too. I mean, when you don't hit the cutoff man, you're giving extra bases. That's all this is. 7-run inning for Jackson State.
Now Equan Smith, his second time in the inning batting. And 4 errors now for Grambling State.
Well, as of right now, James, Grambling is down to their final 6 outs, and they've got to get 3 in to continue this game. At least right now, Jackson doesn't score another run.
And that one fouled off.
There is a 10-run rule through 7 innings. So right now, Grambling needs 3 if JSU doesn't score another run right now.
This one is high. Phelps is going to gingerly come in, and finally the carnage is over, but not before 7 runs for Jackson State. Message sent, message received to the rest of the conference. We can score when we want to. As we go to a break, 13-1 is your score, and we'll see if Grambling can start to mount a momentous comeback right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
And right now, on top of the 6th inning, it is go time for the G-men as they trail 13-1 to a team that during the regular season they beat 9-7. And some Grambling fans may have held that up against the Jackson State faithful, who were boasting about their undefeated conference record. And I think now the team from Jackson has sent a message that we're for real.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this JSU team, they just, at the plate, and that's where it starts. They have good starting pitching. Defensively, they can be solid. What we saw against Texas Southern yesterday is Mike Robb made them feel the ball, and they struggle with it at times, but they could overcome that when they can score as many runs they need to score. I mean, you had a pitcher yesterday that hit 6 batters, and yet they were able to overcome that.
Easy out by Chandler Dillard in right field for out number 1.
The DH number 25,
And the thing is Jackson's won 24 conference games by an average of 8 runs a game. The question is what happens when they hit adversity. I think they've handled it pretty well so far.
Like a heavyweight boxer, you get a good shot in.
Yeah.
And then they come out the next round and just destroy you. And we've seen 2 consecutive games of an offensive uprising coming from Jackson State.
Yeah, they got 7 against Texas Southern. And they have just cracked it open here.
Called strike?
Against a Grambling team that, you look at the West, Prairie View won it, but Grambling was there for the most part. They had some key injuries at the wrong time. They played a UAPB team that they struggled against.
And Matt gets a walk, and that is the 3rd walk for Galatas.
And this for a pitcher has got to be, I hear it all the time. When you got a big lead, yet your margin of error is so wide that you can afford some mess-ups. You can afford to walk a guy that you normally wouldn't in a tighter game. This is hard for a pitcher to try to stay focused and your team is up 12 runs because you can afford a mistake.
But right now, if you're a pitcher for Jackson State, you want to try to get as many outs as fast as possible because you can get this game over with much faster. Called strike.
Yeah, we got the other winners game coming up, Southern and Prairie View, a Western Division matchup. Antoine Riggins, I tell you, he looks pretty much I was watching him last night, looking pretty much at peace. He's had some tough years, but close win against Alcorn and a good old Western Division matchup. Southern flying high after the big win over Bama State. Terrific pitching performance.
And another called strike, even to count at 2 apiece.
You're just looking at Grambling dugout. The body language is different. All the yelling and the chants are different. They're non-existent.
Well, you got to think about it. In any sport, when you have an offensive explosion like that, it takes the life out of you, the wind out of your sails, whatever kind of metaphor you want to use. It deflates you.
Yeah.
And it takes a very, very special team to come back from something like that.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is, for Grambling, they'll have to come back, obviously, in the morning and take care of what they need to take care of. Of course, unless there's a major rally, and here comes Omar Johnson. Now, his team's got the offense. His team's got the lead. He's not going to pull his pitcher here. Just check on him. Just saying, hey, you okay? Everything all right? Omar with the double mask.
I see that. Very good to see. They say COVID is not over, even though restrictions have been loosened. But wearing a mask is one of the safest things you can do outside of getting, of course, the vaccine.
Yeah. Every time you see Omar Johnson, he has a mask on.
There you go.
And when I was talking with him the other day from a distance, he has his mask on. And Omar Johnson, very active when it comes to practice. You look at his field, Bob Brady Field at Jackson State. Omar Johnson really takes pride in how that field looks. I remember him telling a story one time. He says he's been dealing with baseball fields since he was 14 years old.
Wow.
And he's got a routine for his team in terms of what you're supposed to do after a game and raking the field and dragging the field. Mm-hmm. It's like it's a well-oiled machine. One night I just sat around and watched Watched him do it. Watched his team, and he's not going to leave that park until everything is done, everything is put up. I mean, that's taking pride in your field, taking pride in your stadium and your facility, and his field looks really, really nice.
And you know that even from Pee Wee League all the way up, you have teams and coaches and facilities that take pride in their field. My question to you is that player maintenance hurting the game? Are younger players shying away from the game because they look at it and say, wait a minute, if I play football, basketball, even golf, I don't have to maintain anything. I just got to go and play.
I don't think it's taken away. I just think it's just the nature of the beast. It's a part of pride in your program. I think that's what's important. And I've been to other places where it is a player's responsibility, not even on the field, but in the grandstands.
Mm-hmm.
They got blowers. I've been to some schools in which after the game, some of the players have blowers and they blow out the stands.
Reyes. And this one, and looks like now we've got a rundown. Keelan Mack in a rundown, and he tags him, and a good play there by Chevy Doris coming over from second base, getting in the rundown rotation, and gets the out. Take another look, and everybody has to get in line and know their role in that rundown.
That was a high throw from the catcher and a good lunge, a dive.
And he hits him right there on the tail end for an out.
All right, now what's this discussion about? I mean, that's obvious right there. It looked like he tagged him from here. Let's see.
Puts it in his glove, and he says, you know what, I don't have to throw it. I got him. And he got him. He got him. Yeah, he got him.
Pitcher's in the way.
Take one more look.
We are currently under review.
Are they looking at this play? We've been told yes.
Yeah. He got him.
I like to look at it from the other side. Yeah, right here. Okay, that's a good job standing the rundown, by the way. The dive. From there, looks like he got him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from there. Again, you've got to have indisputable evidence to overturn the call on the field, which he was called out here.
Right there.
There's got to be something there. Is it enough there to overturn it? Call on the field is he's out.
I don't think there's enough there to overturn it.
Well, it looks from here, looks like he might not even been touched. Okay, look at his back pocket. He's got his gloves in his back pocket. If he touched them, you'd probably see. I don't know. He might have beat that. I don't know if he's, well, again, there's got to be evidence to show that he didn't, because the ruling on the field is that he was called out. So is there enough there to say, okay, yeah, he missed him?
I don't think so. I think there's enough to say that.
I mean, right there, but can you definitely see that the glove touched the hip?
All he had to do was touch him. He doesn't have to, touch him and run with him. Just tag him.
Yeah, but does it show that glove touches body right there?
I think glove does touch body right there.
They say they call him out. Okay. Well, again, there might not have been anything there to overturn it. The call on the field was he was out.
Second out of the inning, and keeps the score at 13-1.
It's 2 out. in the 6th. Now, those rundowns are fun. You know, you got to run your guy back to where you got him squeezed up to where you throw it back and boom, he's out. But if you wait too long and throw it back, he's going to get back to the base. And we saw that early as well. So those rundowns, you practice this every day. That was a high throw. That could have been a mistake.
Makes the switch,
he
put
slowed
in his
down.
glove.
He slowed down. If he kept running, I wonder would he have beat that. I mean, he slowed down just a little bit.
And 2-1 pitch to Almaguer. Called strike.
Well, did we think James Verrett, we talked about this for the last day. Grambling and Jackson State. Did we think it would be 13-1?
There was a part of me that said that Jackson still had some unfinished business. And part of that unfinished business are some teams that could possibly lie ahead. And one on that ledger in that book is Grambling. And I think right now they're sending a message.
Yep. As they turn the lights on here, ball 4.
And a walk for Jeremy Almaguer.
Well, Grambling will obviously need 3 runs to get inside the 10-run threshold. Here comes Omar Johnson. I think all this action has kind of disrupted his pitcher, and we got a pitch and change coming up.
And we will have a pitch and change, take a break, and when we come back, we'll let you know who will replace Nikhil Galatas right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Your mom's been posting a lot since she got that phone at Crickett's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom, you have a cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega! Your mom's been posting a lot since she got that phone at Crickett's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom, you have a cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega!
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results.
Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds.
You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
New pitcher now, and pitching for Grambling State, for Jackson State, number 32, Antonio Valdez and Caleb Kleins batting for Grambling State with bases loaded and 2 outs. And as we were talking earlier, 12 innings pitched for Valdez. 6 hits, 14 strikeouts, 1.42 ERA. Valdez is in an interesting situation, even with the 13-1 lead. Coach may have said no pressure, but I think for those players, they're saying, hey, man, we got to hurry up and get this one out so we can go home, go get to the hotel.
Yeah, there's pressure to try to close this thing.
Mm-hmm.
You got 4 more outs.
They would.
It's so hard with a 13-1 lead because your margin of error is just so vast. You can afford to make a mistake, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5. But if you make 6 mistakes and then you got a halfway ball game and then you make another mistake, then you got a game again.
Right. And right now for Caleb Klein, if he's able to find a way to hit this one out, that would be a momentum change. That one a little low.
Of course, if Jackson State wins this, they control the bracket. They'll be a win away from making it to the championship round.
That one low.
Bullpen remains active, I believe, for Jackson State. I think Omar might let him pitch a couple of batters, and he might make a pitching change, if that.
Full count, 2 outs. Everybody's moving. Reyes over to Brown, and they're saying that he's safe. He was pulled off the bag by Reyes' throw. And Reyes is like, what's going on? And let's see if we can take another look.
I'll huddle up again. Let's see if he towed it.
He throws. All right, he's off the bag, makes the catch.
He made the catch. Did he tow it?
Is he towing it right now?
No. Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
He towed it up.
I think he's safe. I think he's safe right there. I think by the time he did, his foot did tow it, it was too late. I think he's safe. All right.
The previous play is currently.
He's off there.
Oh, he's off right there.
He's off right there.
He's off right there, though.
Well, are we sure? Are we sure? He's trying to find the bag.
Yeah.
No, yeah. He's safe. I think this call's going to stand. If you go frame by frame on it, he was still trying to find the bag, and by the time he did find it, it was too late. I think the call's going to stand. Remember now, the call on the field is safe, so there's got to be something there to overturn this. Again, at home, what you're looking at is exactly what the SWAC Director of Umpires is looking at in real time. All right, so it's not a great throw. First baseman missed the bag. Yeah, I think the other angle, this angle right here, will probably tell it. It's hard to tell if he found the bag from the other angle. This is the one right here, all right? Cross. This is the bag there.
I
Misses
think
it
he
there.
has his foot down thinking he's on the bag,
Yeah.
but he's off it.
All right.
Yeah.
He never touched the bag.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
safe.
He actually never touched the bag.
And by the time you could see that leg come up after he touched the bag, and by the time he did find it, it was too late. I think he's safe. I think we got enough to confirm the call.
Off. Way off. Safe.
Yeah, he's safe. Yep. Well, some good camera work right there. Just good angle. Mr. Crenshaw doing a good job.
Yes, he is.
And his folks on the camera right on it. Our producer handling a multitude of things. And right there. Yeah, he's safe. I think the call will stand. Again, what you're looking at now is what they're looking at here in the booth to our left. Exactly as it's happening.
And they do confirm that it is safe.
I like the communication. You see this in the major leagues too. When after they review it, they're pointing at the bag and then they say, "Hey, right here, safe. Right here, out." I like that. It's forceful. It's aggressive. All right, so Grambling
Scores 1.
It's a couple in this inning. It's 13-3.
Mm-hmm.
And so now with 2 out, Grambling's going to need another run between now and the next inning, unless they don't give up another run to continue this thing. So some work to do for Grambling for sure on the offensive end and the defensive end. But it seems that we've seen this already for Jackson State. Every time a team comes out, I'm like, okay, you want to score?
We'll score some more.
If we had a football coach in this league said, when you stop scoring, I'm going to stop scoring, regardless of the score. If you're not going to stop scoring, I'm not going to stop scoring. So,
I think that may have been Archie Cooper.
No.
Was it the gunslinger?
No, it was not. That's one you have to think about.
Yes, I will have to think about that one. And it looks like we do have a walk.
Well, the inning continues. Well, Omar Johnson, I think part of the reason why.
And now we've got timeout. Another person is going out to the bullpen to get warmed up for Jackson State. And make it 2 people. They're running out to warm up.
I mean, Galatas, he was okay, and I think good enough to where, sitting up here, we could say, well, he could probably get these guys out. But I think Omar Johnson was trying to save Galatas.
Mm-hmm.
You got a big lead. Why waste and burn pitches? And you had a 12-run lead.
Now that lead down to 10. And called strike. They even accounted 1 apiece on Phelps. That one low.
Well, for Coach Cooper, just a matter of continuing to push. Make them think a little bit. You got a long climb. But, hey, it's baseball. It's SWAC tournament baseball. Anything can happen.
And that one low. And now Valdez behind on the count, 3-1. With bases still loaded, 13-3. 2 runs already scored in this inning. And that's fouled off.
Well, if Grambling finds a hole here, it'll clear the bases.
And another run scores, and now the 10-run rule not in effect because Grambling has scored their 4th run of the game.
3 runs in this inning. Go figure.
And now it looks like Omar Johnson, the head coach for Jackson State, going to make another change so they can figure out a way to get out of this inning.
Yeah, he's Omar Johnson's not happy. He's not happy here. And he's shaking his head. You see what he's trying to do. Obviously, Galatas, one of the best pitchers in the league. You got a lead for him. And Lex is going to make a change here.
He's going to keep Valdez in while there's some work going on in the bullpen.
Well, I see the bullpen door open. I thought he was going to make a change. Well, he said right there, hey, man, you got a 13-1 lead. And all of a sudden, it's 13-4. Let's get out of this inning. And again, this is a product of how tough this is with a big lead. You still got a cushion, a 9-run cushion. Bases remain loaded. There's 2 out. You hear some of the chirping and Grambling in the dugout again. It was quiet. Now it's a little livelier.
Called strike, low on the knees.
Well, Grambling players didn't like that call on the outside corner. Let's look at it and see. We're going to get a look at it. Oh, he did. Like a good pitch.
Last pitch was fouled off, makes it 2-2.
Bases remain loaded, James Verrett. Grambling trying to make it a little bit interesting.
And another base hit 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and now Grambling is saying, hey, if you can score 7 in an inning, I think we may be able to score at least 4, if not more.
Well, they've got 5 in this inning.
The left fielder, number 12, Jamoy Percival.
And now Omar has seen enough,
Yeah.
and he's saying, let's go make a change. Second time coming this inning, and you see the umpire making the call. And let's take a break. When we come back, we'll see who the third pitcher will be for Jackson State right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in. There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in. There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Your mom's been hosting a lot since she got that phone at Crickett's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom. You have a cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
And now our new pitcher, and another base hit, and another run scores for Grambling. Jamoy Percival with another base hit, and now we've got runners on the corner. Our new pitcher for Jackson State, Campbell, Austin Campbell from Starkville, Mississippi.
Grambling is finding the holes. 6-run inning. We said this was going to be a high-scoring game, didn't we?
No doubt about it.
We called it. It didn't look like it, but it's
Right.
coming. It's coming to fruition. Well, it's here. And now all of a sudden, Grambling's dugout has come alive.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, they get these 2 runs in, we got a ball game.
It was 13-1 to start this inning. 6 runs by Grambling State, and now, as they say, we got a ball game.
Boys, we got ourselves a ball game. If these 2 runs come in to score, we do have ourselves a game.
Swing and a miss. Campbell with 17 innings pitched. He's given up 15 hits, but has 11 strikeouts, ERA 3.18. And this one high and out of play.
Don't forget, coming up next, Prairie View A&M, Southern University. Coming up later here on the SWAC Digital Network.
And that one high. Keelan Mack, the batter for Grambling. And now it's the Tigers who are batting around after Jackson State batted around in the bottom half of the last inning.
6-run inning.
Two-two pitch. Runners going. And stealing second base is Percival.
Oh, yeah, they're going to give him that. I mean, again, you got a 6-run lead, but if somehow Keelan Mack, redshirt sophomore.
And looks like they got another. They got Percival in a rundown and now going home. And they did finally get Cameron Buford out, but not before a 6-run score. And take another look at it. Run down there by Percival, trying to distract Reyes, and Reyes throws it and gets it over to Luis for the out. 13-7 is your score. When we come back, we'll see if Jackson State can get a little bit more offense to put this away right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results.
Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds.
You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Your mom's been posting a lot since she got that phone at Cricut's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom, you're the cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega!
Bottom half of the 6th inning, and as soon as we thought it was a knockout blow for the Grambling Tigers, they come roaring back to score 6 runs. Now we'll see if Jackson State can put up 4 and possibly put this game away.
Well, we saw it yesterday, and we saw it a little bit today. Every time the Tigers are pushed, they push back harder.
Now the ball is low to make the count 2-0. Marshall Luis, the catcher, batting for the Tigers of Jackson State.
Emir Garrett, the redshirt junior from Bear, Delaware, on the mound. Georgia State transfer. As for the SWAC MEAC Challenge, will be at Georgia State's assigned stadium, the former Turner Field, converted into a football venue. It's amazing how they cut that thing up and trimmed it down. It seats about 20,000, 25, somewhere in there. And that's where the SWAC MEAC Challenge will be.
And the SWAC renewed the relationship with ESPN and the Celebration Bowl.
Yes. Talk with John Grant, we hope. A leadoff walk. Here we go.
And now on first base is Luis here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Almost willing to bet. Omar Johnson's going to try to take some bases here. If you're Grambling, you just got to get these guys out.
Now we've got a pinch hitter in Omar Gomez, sophomore out of Puerto Rico. Batting for Doris. Gomez with an average of 47 attempts so far this season, 7 hits.
He's a sophomore from Arroyo, Puerto Rico.
That one fouled off. 2-1. 6 runs scored by the Tigers of Grambling. 7 runs scored by Jackson State in consecutive innings. So now our score is 13-7.
Bullpen busy for JSU. Looks like another pitcher might be coming in.
And this one over to Almaguer, 1 and 2. Double play led by Almaguer over to Kleins and then finally over to Jordan Smith.
That's what we call a tailor-made 5-4. 3. Double play. Tailor-made.
And now top of the order, Jatavius Milton for Jackson State.
Well, it's a 6-run lead, and Grambling got a little mojo. They get a couple in the 8th and hold them, and get a couple in the 9th and put yourself in position. Here we go.
Knock the face mask off of Benavila.
Jackson State has scored runs in every inning except the 1st, the 4th, and the 6th. So they've scored. We are in the bottom of the 7th.
And that one fouled off. Went right over Avila's head. Pitch coming from Garrett. Swing and a miss, and he gets the 3rd out, and no runs score for Jackson State, and we go to the top half of the 7th. Can Grambling continue to cut into this 13-7 lead? We'll find out right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
Your mom's been posting a lot since she got that phone at Cricut's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom. You're the cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega!
And now we are starting the top half of the 7th inning. 1 strike, and then Jordan Smith's going to hit this one long, very, very, very long, and it's gone. Home run for Jordan Smith, the first baseman, a solo shot to dead center, and that would have been gone in any stadium in the conference. Well over 400 feet, hits the green monster, and that sends a message that Grambling still has some ammunition left. Boom for the black and gold. And a great solo shot by Jordan Smith. You can hear the fans celebrating. Joseph Gunn trying to see if he can add on, and now the score 13-8. For Grambling, they're trying to stay the course. They were down 13-1 before scoring 6 in the 6th. That one fouled off.
Man, I tell you what, Grambling is making things really interesting, aren't they?
Swing and a miss and a strikeout on Joseph Gunn. 1 out with Jeremy Almaguer up to bat.
I mean, this is 7 straight runs after it was 13-1.
And a base hit by Almaguer. And the Tigers back in business with a runner on base. Solo shot by Jordan Smith, dead center. And right now the wind had died down enough for a fly ball to get the distance to go out. And now we're looking at Ben Avila came in to catch and his first at bat.
This is kind of what Omar Johnson's bullpen's got to close the door here. And there is a balk.
And he loses the ball. And there's a balk which moves Almaguer over to second base, and some frustration coming from Campbell. And, you know, you have a lead, and I'm trying to figure out why he would be so frustrated. Now, he did give up a home run, so that may have been a delayed reaction there. Almaguer getting a good lead at second base, swing and a miss for Avila.
Well, it's amazing the range of emotions. I mean, it was 13-1 and Grambling's dugout quiet. And next thing you know, you get 7 runs, or 6 runs in the 6th and 1 in the 7th, and here we are.
Foul tip makes the count even at 2-2.
You get a home run, 1 out, runner at second.
2-2 pitch. And he steps off the rubber, gets back on, ready to deliver on the 2-2. Ball high, makes the count full at 3-2. And a strikeout on Avila.
Came back and got him.
Now it's 2 down. And Christian Mervelis to bat for the Tigers of Grambling.
This pitcher working quickly for Jackson State. 13-8 in the top 8.
Swing and a miss.
The winner of this game controls the bracket. The prospective bracket, the loser of this game has got Texas Southern in the morning at 9. And as long as this game has been going, this has been a long game, James Verrett.
Started at about 4:20.
2.5 hours. We're going to be in a 3-hour game, maybe.
That is ball high. And now 2 runners on for Grambling.
2 on and 2 out. Here goes Omar Johnson again. I guarantee he didn't expect to make this many trips to the mound. There's a pitcher going in the bullpen. He's going to make a change.
And looks like he's going to make another change. We're going to take a break, and we'll see who the new pitcher is right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results.
Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds.
You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
New pitcher for Jackson State, Juan Moralanda from Miami. Right-hand pitcher. And now Cameron Phelps batting for Grambling. Runners on first and second. Two outs. We've had 1 home run, 2 strikeouts, and about 2 pitchers for Jackson State.
I guarantee you, Omar Johnson didn't expect to be making this many mound visits, especially with a 13-1 lead at one point in this game.
Three and one now to Phelps.
When you talk about adversity, JSU's won 24 conference games by an average of 8 runs.
Called strike to make the count full at 3-2.
There's a little bit of adversity here. I mean, a 5-run lead, the way Grambling's been swinging and scoring, that can easily disappear.
And a base hit. Everybody's moving with 2 outs. 1 run will score for sure, and they'll hold up Phelps at first, and Mervelis will stay at third. Almaguer scores from second base.
13-9.
Shortstop number 6, Cameron Buford.
And now Cameron Buford to bat for the G-men.
We're going to see here if Grambling just takes second, forces a throw across, and maybe try to get a run home from third. I wonder how Coop's going to play this here, or just play it straight up.
And that's a ball on the outside. Phelps looking like he wants to get over to second, but stays at first.
I mean, we're looking at something, James. We read something that's just catching our attention.
Man.
13-1 to 13-9.
You know what? This could be like the movie of the Bad News Bears. Horrible inning, and then what did they do? Find a way to win.
Well, our projection of a high-scoring game has come true. Did we expect it to be this way? I don't think we did.
Two-one pitch. And low, 3-1, and now he may load the bases again.
Man, I'm just sitting in silence right now, just trying to figure out what Omar Johnson's thinking right now.
And that is ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
From 13-1 to 13-9, bases loaded. Here comes Omar Johnson again.
And Omar is going again. And we'll see if he's going to try to get another pitcher, because he's got to find a way to get out of this inning.
And you got the 9th inning to go.
You got the 8th and the 9th.
I mean, but with one swing of the bat, this game's tied up. So the potential tying run is coming to the plate right now, and Omar Johnson looking for answers.
And the teammates are talking to Marulanda and trying to let him know that you got to be confident. And then Omar says, enough talk. We got to make a change. Have no time to allow you to work this out. I'm going to work it out for you.
Well, change is going to be made.
We'll take another break. We come back. We'll see who the next pitcher is for Jackson State right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
I'm really not looking forward to calling this credit repair company.
Fresh meat for the monthly fee grinder.
Whoa, check this out. With Credit Versio, you can do everything yourself without having to call someone, and it's easy and fast. Sweet. Credit Versio scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts hurting your credit, and creates powerful dispute letters. This is way faster and cheaper than paying a credit repair company. That was easy. I can do this.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
Your mom's been posting a lot since she got that phone at Cricut's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom. You have a cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega!
And now we're on to our fifth pitcher of the day for Jackson State. His job, very simple, find a way to get an out. And this is Lopez. Mario Lopez out of Miami.
And right now, the potential tying run is at the plate.
And he hits a long one, going up against the wall and gone! A home run! I don't believe it. Jamoy Percival hits it, and the G-men go from bad news Bears to the baddest Tiger in the stadium. And Percival will touch home plate, and we are tied up, going from 13-1 to tied at 13. I don't believe it.
Where do we start? I don't know where to start.
You called it. You said this was the tying run. The wind finally died down. Jamoy Percival. And he knocked it up against the rocks. And he knocked the rocks off of that ball. And it goes 327 feet. And not even the highest jump could make it because it hit the highest part. And this is unbelievable. Back-to-back 6-run innings for Grambling State. And we are tied up at 13. This is SWAC tournament baseball at its best.
Well, it's beyond that now. I mean, you have a 13-1 lead. This is an adventure right here.
This one going in the hole, but a good catch there by Jatavius Melton. And what we thought was going to just be one more inning to say that it was over. And now we're all tied up at 13. And now Jackson State is feeling the pressure of the black and gold, a team that had 4 errors, but their bats came alive at the right time. A stupendous home run. Wow. Can you believe it? And now in for a fight are the Tigers of Jackson State. And Jamoy Percival says, I know I had it in me. And he says, let's go. We're not rolling over today. We knew it would be high drama, but nothing like this. Stay tuned right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
All right. We are back here all tied up at 13 apiece. And yes, I said it correct. We're tied up at 13 apiece.
I cannot believe what I just saw. But I'm going to say this, and we're looking at this grand salami.
A grand slam. I didn't even want to say it because I couldn't believe what I just saw. As you didn't believe what you just saw, but we did see it, and it was on the SWAC Digital Network.
We did see it. I'm going to say this. Jackson State can score as many runs as needed, and they're going to need at least 14 to win this game. But you can just feel something once he took his starter out, and he had no answers after that. Grambling got deep into the bullpen of Jackson State, and they couldn't hold it. And that's the one issue that's been plaguing Jackson State over the years. It's deep in the bullpen. You go deep in that bullpen, and we got a swing and a miss. They're going to talk it over. He said, hold up. Home plate umpire says, let's
No, he
check.
said it was a foul ball.
Foul.
He says it's a foul ball.
Foul tip.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Here comes James Cooper. He wants at least a conversation. He wants an explanation. He said, and James Cooper said the ball was in his mitt. You don't see James Cooper that upset that often, but he is right there. I mean, his team just came back from 13-1 down, so he's going to.
He went from destroying his clipboard to most likely saying this may be the greatest offensive output we've had all year.
He's going to fight for every breath here.
And the ball did hit the ground. And a strikeout.
But I'm going to say this. I mean, you could just see as you got deeper into the bullpen, he just couldn't put the combination together to get these guys out. And then just the one big swing from 13-1 to 13-13. But let's flip the script here. I mean, Jackson didn't expect this, but this is a team that can score some runs. So just hold on. Grambling's got to continue to do what they've been doing and keeping Jackson State at bay, because Jackson can turn right around and score a bunch of more runs.
But Jackson got their runs not from necessarily power hitting, but from 4 errors from Grambling State.
Correct.
So if they've gotten all their errors out of them, they may be the one that's in the power position.
Well, there's pressure now on both sides. You got a 13-13 game. I mean, Grambling's got to make plays too. I'm just saying it's just a different ball game now. I mean, there's pressure on both sides. There's pressure for Grambling to get over that hump, and there's pressure for Jackson to get back on the horse after having a 13-1 lead. So there's pressure on every pitch, and that's why you saw James Cooper come out and argue a foul tip.
Unbelievable. Swing and a miss, and consecutive strikeouts for Emir Garrett. 2 outs. And like I said, this is as they say, a momentum changer. The mojo, as we like to say in the country, has shifted over to Grambling State.
I've heard games back in the good old days in which Jackson State against some of their rivals have had a 13-1 lead or whatever and lost a game like that. It's been a while. I haven't seen anything like this with my own eyes. But again, it's 13-13. It's not over. And you have to understand Jackson can come right back, get on that horse, and score 4 or 5 more runs. I mean, we could have a 20-19 game the way it's going. And I think we're heading that way.
That Pitch is low, skipped across the plate.
You're just left speechless.
No doubt about it. I mean, it was like an out-of-body experience to say that we're watching a team come back like that. On any level of baseball, that's a rarity.
It is a rarity. I mean, you see you're down 8-0, 7-0. You know, you see it in baseball probably once a week. But a game like this, but I will say this, we can officially say it. Welcome to the SWAC baseball tournament.
There it is.
I think we can officially say that. The number 2 seed in the East eliminated.
And I think that those teams from out East who are planning to join the conference in July, they may be watching this online, and they may be in a little bit of shock.
I mean, it's what we're witnessing is something. It's a tie game. I mean, whether it's 13-13, 3-3, it's still anybody's game.
And a called strike. Makes the count full to Shannar Brown.
And Brown did not like that call.
This is one of the joys of baseball. Even though your offense is clicking on all cylinders, you may have one clink in your armor and defensively, and the other team can expose it and come back. Almaguer. And he gets the out. Good throw over to Jordan Smith. 1, 2, 3, 2 strikeouts in that inning. And we go to the top half of the 8th. And yes, we are tied up all at 13 on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Lopez still pitching for Jackson State. We're all tied up at 13, and we thank those of you who have just joined us on the SWAC Digital Network. You were expecting to see the nightcap, Prairie View taking on Southern University, but this game is not over. Fly ball and an easy out for Melton, and we have one out. And coming up to bat is Jeremy Algamir. And check that, Joseph Gunn to bat. And what we have witnessed is 2 offensive explosions from each team, in which Jackson State scored 7 runs in the bottom half of the 5th to make the score 13-1, and then Grambling scored 6 in the 6th and 6 in the 7th to tie the score at 13, and that's where we find ourselves now. Jackson State has gone through 5 pitchers so far in this game.
Not what Omar Johnson expected.
And another strikeout, and that one at the hands of Gunn.
Well, Mario Lopez is saying, come on, let's go. I mean, you know, it's water under the bridge. Yeah, you had a 13-1 lead. It's tied up. You still have a shot. So Lopez, all he can do is get these guys out and hope the bats get going again. I mean, that's kind of where it is. I mean, whether it's 3-3, 6-6, 8-8, or 13-13, it doesn't matter. It's a tie game. So that's the way you got to look at it if you're Jackson State.
And this one fouled off.
But if you're Grambling.
And somebody almost caught one right there in the concourse. And this is a bloop single for Jeremy Almaguer. And now they've got one runner on with 2 outs. And coming up the bat is Avila, the catcher.
Well, let's just focus on where we are right now. I mean, I think we're just so stunned of what we just saw with the grand slam to tie it up at 13. So for Grambling, they're back on the horse here, trying to add to their momentum. They've got all the mo right now, the mojo and the momentum for Jackson State. You know, trying to get this third out.
And this one, a fly ball, looks like a blooper. Will it fall? And a good catch there by Shinar Moore to get out of the Moore to get out of the inning. Shinar Brown to get out of the inning.
Good catch.
And it was just a great catch all the way around.
Over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder. Great one. 2 hands. He brought it in, and he holds on. And now Jackson State has some work cut out for him because it's all tied up, and they have to get their offense ignited. Can they do it? We'll see. Coming up next right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Now in the 8th, C.J. Newsom.
It is an amazing range of emotions. We're sitting close to Grambling's dugout. We can see it. When it was 13-1, everybody was quiet.
And good play there by Buford, able to get it over to Jordan Smith for the out.
And now it's on every pitch. It's a good play right here. The ball came up on the shortstop. Whoop. Again, that's the difference. Close play. Bang, bang.
Wesley Reyes and take one more look at it.
How much gas does JSU have left in the tank? I mean, we're being as neutral as we can on this. I mean, from one side, Jackson State, yeah, you gave up a 13-1 lead, but it's still a game. It's 13-13. You're a team that can score runs. You got to get back on it. if you're Grambling, do you have enough gas in the tank for one more run at it? I mean, because we see it's like in basketball. You're down 20.
Mm-hmm.
You're down, I mean, I guess if you want to make a comparison here, you're down 30 in basketball. You come back. You've tied it up, but do you have enough to get over the hump and win the game? And that's kind of where we are right now with this game. Grambling's got all the emotion, all the momentum, but do they have enough in the tank to be able to get over that hump? And does Jackson State have enough to get back on the horse and crank up the offense again? That's the story right here in this late innings, in this long game. We thought it would be a high-scoring game. We said it. The question is, do we expect it to be 13-13?
Well, we may have expected somebody to score 13 runs.
Yes.
But we didn't expect somebody to come back and match it.
Yes.
And Grambling has done that. And even if this game doesn't go their way, they have definitely sent a very strong message not only to Jackson State but to everybody else in the conference. You can't sleep on them.
No, you can't. And what has happened, I mean, even if Jackson wins this game, I mean, you've gotten into the bullpen. And that's, you know, you got to have the bullpen to be able to withstand all this throughout this tournament.
The force shield is off now. If you're Jackson State, you've been exposed.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, Omar Johnson, I mean, I see what he was trying to do.
Buford throws over, and a good play right there by Jordan Smith to make the catch at first base.
And look, when it's 13-1, most teams in a tournament like this say, you know what?
We're done.
You know, it's, I mean, if you're down 13-1, you're trying to save as many arms as you can for an elimination game the next day. So in one sense, it was a combination of, okay, if I'm Jackson State, okay, I can go with my number 6 or 7 guy. It's 13-1.
Mm-hmm.
Gives up a couple, okay. We've proven that even if we can give up a couple, we can get it right back.
Right.
But it just didn't happen this time. And the runs kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. And then the errors started coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lost the edge. And then Grambling got momentum and even more momentum and more momentum. And with the bases loaded, you saw what you saw. And right now, I mean, I think it's mano-a-mano. How much one of these teams have left? Does Grambling have enough? Does Jackson have enough? Someone's going to score. It's just a matter of how it's going to happen and who's going to get it done.
One pitch to Smith. That's a ball.
Well, I tell you what, Texas Southern, Mike Robb sitting back at the hotel, I know his mouth is wide open right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this team played at 9 o'clock this morning, and, you know, I don't know if this team is here, if he's here. But Texas Southern just sitting back chilling because they got the early game, and whoever loses this game's got the early game. And I tell you what, whoever loses this game, the emotion from losing it is going to take its toll, too, where you got to have a very short memory, especially after a 13-1 score and the pendulum swinging.
And this one going deep. Phelps right there to get the out. 1, 2, 3. Down goes Jackson State as we go to the top of the 9th. All tied up at 13. Yes, 13 right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Your mom's been hosting a lot since she got that phone at Cricut's mega sale.
Every day.
Here's a comment. We stan.
Oh, Mom. You have a cool mom.
The more phone, more fun mega sale. Mega!
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results.
Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds.
You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Top half of the ninth inning, first pitch, and it goes for a strike to Christian Mervelis. Mervelis so far today, 3 walks, and he does have a base hit and an RBI, and one of those hits is a double. And a good catch right there. Got to help his teammate up. And they're just trying to do their best to stay in this one. And falling all over each other just to make the play because you got to do it. And even in foul territory, out number 1. Great play there.
He lost his hat, sunglasses. He didn't lose the ball, though. That was the most important thing.
That's a foul ball.
This is one of those games in which I wish you were here. I mean, just think the number of hits we're getting now. After 13-1, I'm seeing texts in between innings. Some players from some of the teams like, wow, it's 13 all after 13-1.
And looks like he did go for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Phelps.
Grambling, 13 runs on 9 hits. You talk about opportunistic. Jackson, 13 runs on 12 hits. 26 runs on 21 hits. How out of a line score is that?
That one hit hard but foul.
We also said, James Barrett, that if there was a team that could match Jackson toe-to-toe run-wise, it was Grambling. We did talk about that.
And another strikeout to make it 2.
Well, 2 out. Remember now, we're in the 9th. If Grambling does not score, all JSU needs is 1, and all that doesn't matter. For Grambling, just want to try to keep this inning going. If you can, do some 2-out work.
And Buford
Lopez
trying to keep it going. And now balls from Lopez. He has not found the strike zone against Buford.
He's working really quickly.
And a nice shot, but it may be an easy out for Melton, and it is right there on the warning track. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Jackson State, the number 1 seed, in a battle of monumental proportions, all tied up at 13. Can they finish it in 9, or do we have to go to extra innings? We'll find out right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
We are the SWAC. Our heritage lifts us to great heights because my history is forged by trailblazers. That motivates me today to focus on my future. We are the SWAC. We are the new trailblazers. And this is my heritage.
I'm really not looking forward to calling this credit repair company.
Fresh meat for the monthly fee grinder.
Whoa, check this out. With Credit Versio, you can do everything yourself without having to call someone, and it's easy and fast. Sweet. Credit Versio scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts hurting your credit, and creates powerful dispute letters. This is way faster and cheaper than paying a credit repair company. That was easy. I can do this.
And now it comes down to this. Bottom of the 9th. Yes, we are tied at 13 apiece. Marcia Louise to bat for Jackson State. It will only take 1 run for Jackson State to win this game. They've gone through a roller coaster ride, the gauntlet of being the highs of 13-1 and watching Grambling State score 12 unanswered to tie it up. But all can be forgiven if they can figure out a way to score a run.
With 1 swing of the bat. And, you know, you just talk about the emotional roller coaster. You're up 13-1 on a high. You lost it. And for Jackson State, with 1 swing of the bat, it can all be over. And for Grambling, they're just trying to live to see another inning. That's what they're saying. I mean, they had all the momentum after coming back from 13-1, but just couldn't. They had some runners on.
And call strike makes the count even at 2 apiece to Louise. And 3 strikeouts already for Emir Garrett for Grambling State. And now the count is full at 3-2.
Omar Johnson didn't expect this. James Cooper didn't expect this. Neither coach expected. I mean, we knew it was going to be a battle. Did we think 13-13? I don't think so.
And this one will go foul into the hole. Great catch there by Jamoy Percival, who hit the grand slam to tie it up. And now it's 1 out.
1 out for Jackson State, and Gomez will bat for JSU.
Replace Chevy Doris, and now it is Gomez batting in the 9 hole.
Well, I think with this move, you're just hoping that he gets on. He's got speed. Omar Johnson's going to probably try to steal, maybe a little sacrifice, and find a way to scratch home a run and win this game. Yep.
Called strike.
I think Omar Johnson's saying, you know what, we got to go with it here. We got to go for it. He just got to find a way to get him on, and then we're gonna make you play defense.
High, good stop there.
Yep.
And Almaguer throws it, but not before Gomez gets on first base.
Now the game is on. You got the winning run at first. And a play like that takes the air out of your sails if you're Grambling. All right, so a double play for Grambling sends us into extra innings. I'm almost willing to guess there's going to be a steal attempt of second here.
Melton the bat for the Tigers of Jackson State. That one fouled back.
Well, your leadoff hitter, Melton, you're turning him loose. He's tripled, stole a base, he walked. He singled a couple of times, a triple and a single. So you don't take the bat out of his hands. You find a way for him to find a hole.
And Garrett trying to keep Gomez on first.
It's a contact hitter. You got speed at first. I mean, Omar Johnson could put on a hit and run here or straight steal.
And that one bounces off of Vila, and a stolen base for Gomez.
Yep. Well, I mean, all that because of the speed here. And now base hit, extra base hit will win it.
Jatavius Melton trying to put this one to bed, and he could do it with 1 swing of the bat, all tied up at 13. fouled off.
Oh, man, he had a good lead at second right there. I mean, you could run yourself out of an inning if you're not careful, but the whole purpose was to get this guy on base. Wild pitch got him to second. He's going to challenge the defense a little bit. Going to see if Melton can win it or at least extend the inning.
1-2 pitch to Melton. Time is called. And Garrett was trying to look Gomez back to second base. Melton does a smart thing to call time. 1-2, 1 out, runner, the winning run on second base for Jatavius Melton, who's at bat. And that one is a base hit. Gomez is going to try to go home, and he does. And Melton, the man from Natchez, Mississippi, Jatavius Melton is the hero and is mobbed as Jackson State in the bottom of the ninth. Jatavius Melton with the game-winning RBI, and Jackson State survives. And he waves goodbye to Grambling, but right now they need to be wiping the sweat off of their brow because this one got as close as you can get for a baseball game.
Good piece of hitting. Right down the line, there's no doubt about it. He had speed at second. That was the difference. Fair. Yep. 2 feet, fair. The difference is speed. The wild pitch set it up, and that's all it took.
And even Percival knew that that was all she wrote, and you could see Melton get mobbed by his teammates, and the elation of the victory and the dejection of the loss for Grambling State.
Well, you just got to figure if Jackson was going to win this game, it was going to be right here. You know, when it was 13-13, it was kind of a tussle. Jackson didn't do much, but Grambling didn't either to get over that final hurdle. It's like coming back from 25 down in basketball. You get to within 1 and just can't get over that hurdle. And that's what happened. Grambling couldn't get over that hurdle, and Jackson State got speed on the bases, and that was it.
And your final, let's give you the final line score for Jackson State. It was 14 runs off 14 hits, 3 errors. For Grambling, 13 runs off of 9 hits and 4 errors. And your final score, 14-13 in favor of the number 1 seed, Jackson State. They remain undefeated for Grambling State. They will move on into the losers bracket, and that's all we have for this game. Stay tuned. A little bit before 8:30, we will start the Prairie View Southern University matchup, the battle between the last 2 teams that are undefeated on the second day of competition. Thank you for joining us. For Charles Edmond, I'm James Verrett, and for all of the SWAC Digital Network staff, have a good evening.
There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to feel weightless, but here you'll discover it's the other way around. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in. There's a place where you see the incredible, where the word impossible can't be heard over the blast of the rockets, and where you reach for the stars and just about touch them. They say to love is to